Namaste, hello, this is Anita here and welcome to my channel. So I just made this entire video that was 30 minutes long of all my piercings and all my tattoos, and I was explaining all the ones I lost and all the ones I still have. And it's fucked up. I pushed the stop button, unfortunately, so I have to make it all over again. And in this video I've chosen to keep my natural, aka now, hair, which is growing very fucking fast. I cut it a month ago and then I cut it again like 2.5 weeks ago, and it was like bald, and now it's like this long. So in 2 weeks, circa 2.5 maybe, it grows like this fucking fast. So it's cool, and I'm shaving off a little bit here because otherwise it goes very much like, you can see my hairline is not very pretty. Anyway, having some juice in my eye, mouth, whatever. I hope you're all doing really well today, and I hope you will be interested in what I have to talk about. I'm going to make this video about piercings, and I might also make it about tattoos, depends how long time it takes to make this. But let's get started. I got my first piercing when I was 14 years old. I think I was 14 or 13, I'm not quite sure, but I think I was 14, so let's just say 14. My mother, I wanted a piercing in my nose, and my mother was like, no, you cannot have that. I fucking put down veto, you cannot have that. And I was like, fuck. And then I made one in my lip, and I came home with the one in my lip, and my mother freaked the fuck out. And then she was like, okay, put that out of your mouth and put it in your nose, it's fine. So that's how I started to get my first piercings. After that it went like really, really fast, and I got a shitload, and I have them all to this day, except the ones who grew out. I never took anyone out deliberately. Anyway, then after a while I made one in my nose here and in my nose here. I'm not currently wearing them, but I can show you. I have this hole here, so I have a hole here, there, and I have a hole there. Then I have a hole in my lip here, which I'm not gonna put in right now because I just did it all, and I got the screw on, but I have a little hole in the middle of my lip right there. Yeah. Then when I was 19, I didn't have any more piercings till I had the noses here, and my lips, I made 13 in my lip. They grew out every time, but one stayed. I made it again, and I got to keep it this time. And then I waited until I was 19, and then I made this one in my nipple, and I made a big ass one because I wanted to make a statement piece. I had very small boobs at the time, and before I had my kid and all that, I had really tiny boobs. Now they're huge. Not huge, but they're okay, and I wanted like jump in time now. And then like 3 years ago, I made the one in this nipple over here, so now I have in both nipples, and I'm currently wearing a jewelry looking a lot like this. The one I'm wearing right now has a little rhinestone, a little diamond or whatever, a little bling bling stone in it. Not a rhinestone, a little, I don't remember what they're called, a little stone in them, a little crystal. Anyway, in my ears, I got my ears pierced when I was 2 years old, the first two holes, but one of them broke after I tried to pluck them out, so I stopped using the bottom ones, and I'm making number 2 my plug holes, and I'm up to a 10 as of now, and I don't want them any bigger. I think as of now I'm content with the 10. Then I have 3 more up here, meaning I have 5 in this year, and I have 1 more in this year. I used to have all the way up here, but I made them all in one day, and I had like 10 in each side at least. I made them with a gun, and my ears were like big like this, so they all went out the same day. Then I made my labret, which I've had for 20 years, I think, since I was 20. And then I made my septum, which hurt like a motherfucker, and I've had it ever since. I don't really wear it that often, but it never grows back together, and I had a very big hole made it. Then I made my cheek piercings, and those were the most painful piercings I've ever had. It took approximately 20 minutes to make each one of them, and it was a whole process, and I thought it was so painful. Compared to my nipples never hurt, nothing ever hurt. My septum hurt a little bit, but these one hurts. Then I made my tongue piercing, which I made myself. It was bleeding like a motherfucker until I got the piece of jewelry in my tongue and closing it, and then it stopped immediately with bleeding. And I was lucky because I made it myself. It could be really unfortunate and I could have broken my tongue, but I was lucky. I'm pretty good at this stuff. Then I went, for my birthday last year, I went to have 3 piercings made in my forehead of dermal piercing, and I cannot recommend dermal piercings for anyone. They keep falling out. They grew out. If you get caught in a piece of clothes, they are ripped out, and it just sucks. I have 3 scars now, one there, and one there. They are really healing, really pretty, but it's very, very annoying. Then I made 2 piercings in my my belly button, and they both grew out. I was drunk both times. I just took a ice pick and I just pushed it through. That's all about my piercings. Sorry, I always fucking am so unpolite in my videos. I burp, I scratch my nose, and I'm sorry. I don't know why I do these things. It's just who I am. But I think that is all of my piercings. Now moving on to tattoos. I'm just gonna show you what I have, and I'm going to explain to you what I have. First off, I'm not gonna do them in an order because I don't have an order, and I'm gonna start from top to bottom. I have a little dot here, but it's really not there. It's a little blue dot, but it's impossible to see, and I'm glad that it's not very visible, but I do have it. Then I have this on my neck, which is one of pretty new one. I had it made 3 years ago, and this is a datura flower, a trumpet flower, which is a devil's herb, a Jameson weed. It is one of the most dangerous drugs on the planet of Earth, and they gave me that in India in the year 2000, and that is the drug that made me sick. And I was not aware I was given this drug, and it made me very, very psychotic, and that is why basically I'm in this institution as of today, because that made me do a lot of stupid things. Even though I've been okay, don't worry about me, I'm okay now. I've been okay for like 3 to 4 years, completely okay. I've been I've been almost okay for 10 years, but I had some compulsive thinking. Then in my back of my neck, I have this. I didn't make this either, obviously. It says too weird. It was going to say too weird to live, too rare to die, but we didn't have time, and that was a long story. But I also felt like he wasn't that good of a tattoo artist, the one who made it. Then I will go down to my arm, and we start with my practice arm. I do tattooing myself, and I did most of my tattooing myself, so bear over with me. On this arm, I'm going to rise up so you can see it. I have this one. This is one of my favorite tattoos, and this is my first big piece. I freaking love it. It's not done as of yet. It needs coloring, and obviously I started coloring it, but it was before I even knew what to do with a tattoo gun, not gun, machine. I'm sorry, because it's illegal to say gun. It's just popped out of me. Anyway, here is they call it the sun sign. I had to make the lines across it because people were thinking I was a Nazi. But it is a sun sign which originates from India. This also originates from India. It's the Om, meaning all is one, one is all. Then in this one, everybody thinks it's a map, a country, but it's a treasure map, in fact, and if you can read it, you know, it has a significant meaning, but it's personal. This is a chemical formula on a drug named DMT. DMT is also known as the spiritual molecule or God's DNA. It's a molecule that exists in all living creatures, including plants and animals and the earth and human beings. It exists in our brain, and when you die, this matter says poof in your brain, and you will, I don't know, I tried to smoke it because they made it chemically, and I had this experience which was amazing many years ago, and everybody who smokes it have the same experience as far as I know. So I think that's what we're all going to experience when we die. Short or long. Then it is an angel between two worlds, with the head here and the legs down here, kind of very abstract, but with the wings up here and going down. Or a sheet between two worlds, she's going into another world. This is very personal and very meaningful to me, and also it's a treasure map. Then we have this one. This is pretty ugly. I made this and I was very fucking drunk. It says my daughter's name, and this is the sun. Then I have a little star here with a little blood drop. Then this is one of the very old one. I had the Eye of Ra and the Sphinx here. Then I have here I have my daughter's name, which I didn't make myself, which is very bad made it, but it says Frida. Then on my fingers it says, if I do like this, because I have to cross my hands, and that is on purpose, MEVIDA meaning mi vida loca, which means my wildlife. And the reason I have it like this is because when I get my handcuffs on, my life is kind of like I have to grow the fuck up and grow some balls to stay out of trouble. I know it maybe sounds ridiculous, but again, it has a deeper meaning for me. Then I have a little lotus flower here, which I made myself. I also made the ones on my fingers myself, which is very fucking hard, by the way. And this is my practice arm. It is far from done. When I'm finished with it, it will be very pretty. But as of now, I cannot continue because I'm incarcerated in a mental facility for the next year and a half. Then I have a rose on my hand, which I am far from done with. I made myself. Then I have Thug Life here. I didn't make myself. It's a gang thing. It maybe sounds stupid, but it's not like a gang who does violent things. It's just a gang of people. It's a long story, but we have 4 people who have this. Not a small gang. Then this used to say karma, but it's a little messed up. I have to have it redone. I also did it myself. Then I have 3 spots here. 3 minty teal spots, 1, 2, 3. It means a lot of different things in Danish, but the reason it has the color it has is because in the Philippines, if you have this, you are one of the most respected, strongest women in the culture. So it's again, it's personal and private, but I could go into more details, but this is going to be such a long video then. Then I have this, it says coma and a little heart. It's impossible to see because it's like so splitted out, but it was my ex-boyfriend's tag when he tattooed did graffiti, and he made this on me, but it's kind of like splatted out, so I have to have it remade. Then I have nothing more on my arms, I think. Let me just check. No, that was my arms. Then I have on my legs, which I made every one myself. I don't have some except one. I'm gonna take the camera now and just take it down here. I have this one on my foot. This was the first one I have ever made of tattoos. A lot of people have this, but I have a little dot underneath because it looks like a little rubber, but of course it's the infinity sign. Then on my foot I have this sign, which I made myself, which is a symbol of a dancing named Samba, because I'm a motherfucking good dancer and I dance a shitload. Then I have these mushrooms, which is one of the first tattoos I made when I got my new tattooing things, and I'm really happy about it. This is the last one I made. This is the eye of Ra, or whatever. It looks like my eyes, so my mother says it's my third eye, and I have it on my leg. Then, on my leg here I have a cat, which is dancing because it's twisting with this leg. I've had it, it's an Egyptian cat. I have a thing with Egypt, okay? And then this is a Danish thing. I was supposed to make a bird here connected to this one I'm going to show you after. But this is a Danish thing and it looks really ugly, but it's called the bike mosquito Egon. And it's a Danish cartoon and it's very, very cold. Then we have here, this is my, I made myself also. I made all these myself. And here I was just having a burn mark, that's why I'm red here. I dropped a cup of boiling tea. Anyway, this is my, what's it called, seahorse with my tattoo machine with some splatter out, and I made this. This is not done. I'm going to have a bird here, and then it's going to be like a squid down my leg. On the other side, and this is my last tattoo, I have this frame which I made myself, and with a gecko inside, which I also made myself. Now that was the tour of Anitas, Lolitas, Senoritas tattooing. So I hope you enjoyed this tour of my body art. I am very for body art. I've always been. When I get out of here, I'm going to be practicing tattooing, and I'm going to get an apprenticeship to become a professional tattooing artist, which I hope will succeed for me. I do have an apprenticeship waiting for me, at least, so that is cool. I think body art is an expression on so many levels, and I think everybody should be able to do with the bodies and the lives what they want, as long as they don't hurt other people. I don't see any problem with it, and I've always done it. And I have the balls to at an age of 40 to cut my hair off, which I'm letting it grow out now. I'm trying to keep it natural this time, but I'm probably gonna end up coloring it again because I always do. But I want to have it like here until I fucking dye it again, because I want to see how my hair looks like. And if it's a pretty silver grayish color, I might keep it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tour of my body, Anita's body, my body. Oh, I have one more. I have one more. That was the one I was telling you about before, which is not done. It is also, it says too weird on my thigh. It's gonna say too weird to live, too rare to die, and it's far from done. It has to be painted all over again. So now that we are done, I don't think I have any more tattoos or piercings that I didn't remember. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had made a long speech before in another video, but I simply don't remember all that I said, and I'm not gonna repeat myself again. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, comment, and like this video, and share it if you like. I don't know. I hope you do this and have a fucking awesome time. I love you guys for being here for me, and I hope you love yourself. Spread some love and have a great fucking evening. Peace out. Namaste. I do that for fun. Anyway, bye-bye. Namaste. Woo, bye. Yay. I've been watching Social Repost. He's cool. I have this song of him, Chainsmokers. Go check it out. It's a cappella and it's really cool. Bye-bye. Namaste.